Bienvenue. Wait. Bonjour et bienvenue. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Wait. Hi guys, and welcome back to CosmeticGenie. Today's video is going to be just a little bit different. I am going to give you my best advice. Today's specific video is going to be on eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and it's going to be your lash line. So without further ado, let's get started. You know, I get asked a lot, how do you get your liner to be so perfect? What kind of liner do you use? Is that liner any good? And one, my makeup is never perfect. Two, I just take my time with it, and I've been doing it long enough to know like what works for me. And I also know my eye shape, so I know what works for me as well. And three, yes, the liner is good. I have been using it for years. I can probably say maybe about 5 years or more. So, and I do apologize if you hear like screaming and stuff. I'm recording in front of my window, trying to get the daylight light. My favorite liner that I use is the Loreal Lineur Intense, and it is in black mica. So this is my favorite liner. Yes, this is the only liner that I buy faithfully. I have to make sure that I am in stock. Like, this is an old one that I have been using for the Halloween videos that you've seen. If you have not watched those, go ahead and do that after this video. I will go ahead and put the card somewhere up on the screen so that you can see them. I do my eyeliner different ways. When I'm feeling dramatic, I do an extra wing. When I have a specific look that I'm going for, I want it to be subtle but sexy, I might do like a mild wing or no wing at all. Like, okay, so the first thing to understand is that with this specific liner, it has a felt tip. And let me see if you guys can see it, because this lighting, girl, is not my best friend today. Okay, so it has a felt tip. You guys see that? It's kind of like spongy looking on the end, but at the same time, it is flexible, but it's sturdy enough to draw lines with. So watch as I like press it against my skin. So see how it bends? It has a nice bend. So whatever kind of line I'm trying to do, it just goes with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to do. Like, let's do a circle, or a circle of some sort. Anyhow, you see how it's easy to maneuver the liner. So that is why it's so easy for me to draw a line. Now, sometimes I don't do my eyeliner perfect. I just have to keep going over it to get it to match as closely as possible. Do the liner. And what I like to do is I like to kind of start in the middle, or like close to the middle. And I'm just going to take the tip and just set it on my, like, as close to my lash line as possible. If you guys seen that. So that's what I do. And then I come in and I go over it again. Now, what you have to practice is trying not to get your eye to be so jumpy, you know, so jittery. Like, you know how like when you're like this. Try to focus on not get your eye to just relax, like lightly close it, and you'll still have some movement, but it won't be as much as if you're going, like you're squeezing it, you know what I mean? So, okay, so now we're gonna continue. So close your eye. And if you don't get exactly close to it, it's fine, because we're gonna go back over it. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And then I go in and I go closer. And then if you need to add more liner, then you'll just put it back in there, shake it up a little bit, or whatever the case. If it's full, then you don't have to really shake it. But this one is almost empty, so that's why I have to shake it. Okay, so then close my eye. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go close to my lash line. And I'm not like pressing down on my eye, like I'm doing the lightest of strokes. So it's all in like your wrist. And how I hold it is I hold it like a pen or a pencil, like I would a pen or a pencil. And it makes it easier because you're drawing, right? So it's art. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So that's the one with liner. This does not have any liner, okay? There we go. So that's the first step. If you just want to do a subtle line on the top, if you can see, it makes my eyes look just slightly more glamorous, you know, a little bit more wider, a little bit more awake. Now we're going to do it with a wing, okay? So if I was doing a wing, typically I wouldn't go in as far as I did, but you can. It just depends. Like, I don't know, like, I don't always like to go all the way in because I feel like it makes me look slutty when I do that and draw a wing. So I don't, unless I have a specific look in mind. Okay, so now for the wing, I'm going to start at the very corner of my eye, and I'm going to leave my eye open. I'm going to draw a small line because we're doing just a small wing. So if you guys can see that, and then I'm going to kind of form like a triangle, but I'm going to connect to that line that I drew before. And then I'm just going to go in and fill it in like a coloring book. You just fill in the empty space, and then you can go back over whatever you did. The other thing is to keep a steady hand, or try to keep a steady hand. So if you notice, so see, that's the wing. That's the small wing, okay? So if you notice when I'm doing it, I'm using my thumb as like, I mean, my pinky and my cheek. My pinky is resting on my cheek. It's to keep my hand steady. And then I'm drawing with this part. So if I wanted to do an even bigger wing, I would go in, same thing, start from the tip, draw out. Now the more pointy you want your wing, you'll just kind of let it go. Flick it out, right? And I could leave it like this, really, if I wanted to, but I don't want to because we're trying to be dramatic. So, all right, so then you'll start from the tip, you'll come back in, and you'll connect it. Now I'm connecting it on an angle, meaning I'm coming from the top. Hold on, I'm trying to see if you guys can see me really well. All right, I'm coming from the top of the tip of the wing, and then I'm going down. So I'm going like this and connecting it, like I'm connecting the dots, right? So we still have to fill it in. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hold on, and dry it out. And again, you guys see how I am using my pinky to stabilize everything. So that's the line. So the thicker you do it, the further out you'll come to connect the line. If you want it to be thin, the closer in you'll do it. So I'll show you what I mean. So this was just, I don't know, I guess you could call this kind of a thick wing. If you want a thick wing, that's fine. So if you want a thinner wing, you're going to do the same thing. And I'm going to start like how I usually would start, instead of starting all the way in or close to going in. I'm going to start kind of like right here. So when I want to make it seem like, or want to make it blend with my natural lash line, this is what I do. I come in, I start at an angle, so I'm taking the very tip and I'm getting as close to my lash line as possible, and then I'm coming out just a little bit. And then I draw, and then I stop. And then I take the pencil and I start at the corner of my eye, and then I draw a line upward. And then I'm going to start at the tip of the wing, and I'm going to come in closer and then down, so that my wing is more curved and it's a little thinner. And then I'm going to go back in and then fill in whatever is not to my liking. What I'm doing is I'm using the very tip. Like, I'm not using the whole thing. I'm not going like I'm not doing this. Hold on. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm using the very tip. And the very tip of the eyeliner gives you more precision. Instead of trying to use the whole entire thing, you just use the tip, and that's where you are able to create a good line. So I hope this helped. If you guys want me to show you the same thing with different liners, I can definitely do that. Leave some liners down in the comments below, and I'll select from what I feel like I want to pay for. Especially if they're high-end, because I don't really like buying a lot of high-end makeup because I don't wear makeup like that. So anyway, if you want me to try it out with different liners, beauty store liners or drugstore liners, beauty supply store, you know, liners or drugstore liners, I can most definitely do that for you. If you have any other questions about it, please feel free to leave that in the comment section down below, and or you can direct message me on one of the social media platforms that I have. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.